Hello everyone, welcome back to the game Flotsam Banto. So we just started a new colony because we got a new update which I think is a really nice one. A lot of things have been changed with the research system in the game, which make the game take a lot longer than they did before, which I think is a pretty good thing because it felt like it was maybe a little bit too quick in the past. So they've been adding a new building here, this one. Research station. New technologies can be researched here given you have the necessary books. So when we have this building, we will be able to use this button again. There's also a little bit different as well in other ways, because you will not be finding as much research as you used to, because only certain places have them, and that means it's gonna go a lot slower, and you will not be gaining the knowledge instantly, so you actually have to use the research station to try to research things. Okay, so let's gather a little bit of plastic here. Gonna get a little bit of that, and I'm gonna move on. And let's see where we want to go after this. I guess we could go to the seaweed covered rocks. We got a really good start this time actually. We have seaweed, we have some leaking water towers, so we got both water and some food secure here. So that's pretty awesome. Also got a lonely island. It feels like a really good start. We're probably gonna go this way. Or maybe we'll go to the lonely islands before we go there. Let's do that. We do have some water and some food until that, so I think we should be pretty good. But we need to make some more storage. So I'm gonna make some storage yards, which you can have here. Costs a little bit of plastic to build. And I want to try to do a little bit of an different kind of shape for this town, so I've been going a little bit mixed up with the style done before, but this time I'm gonna try to kind of make like a little bit of a roundish town rather than having it a little bit squarish like I had it before. So it's gonna be a lot more round pretty much. So it's gonna spread out from the center, probably in at least 4 different sides, maybe even 6. So it will be one here, one there, one over here. And maybe one on this side and one on this side that goes out to the next circle that will be going around it. Okay, let's start with doing maybe the first one. So we're gonna go out like that, pay 16 for that. And then we can do maybe another one somewhere around here. Like so. So building this way, we're not gonna have as much space as you would be able to have in with just building like straight lines like that, and not going circular. But we will have a pretty nice looking town. So later we're gonna make small little pathways that will kind of make it look like it's a circular colony pretty much. So I think we're pretty good. Looks like we looted all of the plastic. We have 64 of it left, so that's pretty good. Also may want to do some drying racks, and let's have them for now. I guess we can have them along this path here, the walkway. So we're gonna need a few in the beginning. Get all of that wet wood to become dry wood, so we can make some good firewood with that. So that's what we're gonna be using for fuel when we're gonna make water and stuff like that. Okay, so let's see then. Let's go to Lonely Island. Let's maybe actually in between the Lonely Island and this wetwood. Oh, look at that, we got even more water tower. Awesome. I feel like we got a really good survival start with the different landmarks. So here we have a Navi or Reef. I wonder, we maybe actually need a boat for that. I'm not entirely sure. I wonder. I think if we go a little bit closer, we might be able to. So let's see if I just go a tiny bit closer. It might be that we're actually gonna need to have a boat first. Okay, we're gonna need a boat. Actually requires a salvage boat. Okay. I do know we can rescue seagulls without a boat, but for Lonely Island we have to have a boat for it. But let's start to gather a little bit here. A little bit of wood, that's gonna be useful. And we're gonna need that when we are gonna be making a boat, but we're gonna have to wait with that. Even though we can make the ropes for the boat, that you make in the woodworking shed. We're still gonna need some metal. I wonder, do we have a good metal place around? So that can be a little bit troublesome, maybe. We do have abandoned motorboats over there. Oh, look at that. We got factory ruins. That's pretty good. I do think that one also have a little bit of metal. Basically, we're gonna need a little bit of metal to make our salvaging boats, which we're gonna use for going to the lonely island to save Navi over Reef. And if you guys have name suggestions for colonists or seagulls, just let me know in the comments. I will be glad to adding you guys. And the reason I restarted today was mostly because I wanted to show like the new research system. Because we had all the research before, and I feel like it's totally like, it feels like a different game when it isn't going as fast as it did before, because it went really quickly in the past. Let's maybe make another small design rack, because it's gonna take a while. Take 180 seconds to make free these wetwood to drywood, so it's gonna take a while. So we may as well do another there. And let's check this one out, the oil refinery. Okay, I'm gonna do that one pretty soon. Yes, we can ensure that we can make some more fuel, because we're running a little bit low on the town fuel here, so we wanna make one of these, where we can turn our plastic into oil. Pretty awesome. And I temporarily moved away, by the way, so I'm not sure how active I'm gonna be on YouTube and streaming and stuff. But whenever I have free time and stuff like that, I'm gonna be trying to make some videos and maybe some live streams soon again. But I started with a new job, so I moved in temporarily to the city. So I took over an apartment for 10 weeks when I'm working, and I live in a city which is pretty much city on water. And when I was outside walking today, I was thinking of the seagulls in this game. There were so many seagulls and more birds and swans and whatever in the water. That's pretty cool. I was thinking of Flotsam when I was outside walking at that time. Okay, so we're getting some oil refinery, and we're gonna do the woodworking shed. This is where we'll be making ropes that we're gonna need for our boats and other things. And also fuel that we're gonna be used for cleaning up some salt water in the distillery. Because we're gonna need water eventually, but since we had such a good area with seaweed and also leaking water tower, we'll be able to get a lot of both food and water, I would say. Let's make a little bit of fuel. So this one takes 5 plastic waste every time, and we don't really have any at the moment. So what we want to do is to go closer to some plastic, and kind of want to go that way, but we have to go this way. I'm just going to salvage all the plastic we got here. So I'm kind of going away from where I wanted to go, but I forgot about the boat for the lone island. Okay, so let's see here. We got 146 in plastic. The good thing when you go like this, it goes so fast to loot things. And later on we're gonna get some of the seagulls to help us loot things. Then you barely never have to actually go around and loot on the ocean, because they are so good with it. Like over time you're gonna stack up several hundred in plastic and wood. And I think they could maybe nerf the seagulls a little bit. It feels like they are maybe a little bit too overpowered as it is for now, but it's also highly experimental, since they are still working on a lot of things. Even the new research system is super early, so expect that one to be changing quite a lot over time. Okay, so now we're making some fuel. That is good. Gonna keep making some more. We're running kind of low on water, but I think we're gonna be safe. And let's queue up to do a little bit of ropes, because I know we're gonna need it. But I don't want to make them too busy. I want to have maybe one person at least that can dive down and gather some more resources. But it also looks like I might be needing to make some more storage. Maybe. We can have 160 items, so maybe I'll do another one, or I will do a normal storage yard, because this one can have 45 items instead of just 20, which we can have with the small one. So here we have the mooring point, and we can also make that one, but we are still lacking the metal for the salvage boats, so we don't really have any reason to do that for now. These drying racks might be pretty good to have early on because they don't take so much space and you can have the double amount of wood drying it, so I think that's going to be a good thing. And then I'm just going to make a few more of these small storage yard. I'm just going to change them later, but they're going to be sitting there for now. Okay, we can make one of the little bit of a bigger one. So this one we're going to be having right next to the woodworking shed. Another thing I want to try with this town is to later on also, for different areas, try to set up different resources. So, for example, when we work with drying wood and stuff like that, we will not be having like food in this one. So we will focus on having like maybe dry wood and wet wood. So maybe left side would be like wet wood and right side of them would be dry wood. So that way they wouldn't have to run back and forth as much, and that can save a lot of time and should be able to make us a lot more productive with our town. Which should be pretty awesome, right? But let's see here, I really want to have them to dive down now and gather all the plastic, then we're going to move on to some new places because we're running low both on water and on food for now. So I do think we're gonna make a distillery. So this is the first place where we can remove salt from water to get some drinkable water. And since we're running pretty low, we're gonna be getting news soon, but since we're running pretty low, it might be a good idea to start building that building. Let's see here, we do have a decent amount of fuel and I feel like I'm happy with that amount. So I'm just gonna make a little bit of firewood. Okay, so we are going to be heading back now. We are going to go between the leaking water tower and the seaweed grower, and I might be looting from both of them at the same time. But I would say the recent change with the seagulls, so they changed them so they will be gathering randomly instead of in the past. If you haven't seen the update in the past, they were actually hauling items inside of your town. And they went like back forth between looting things and were really bugged, so the game wasn't balanced at all. It went too fast, a lot of things. But I feel like they balanced it out a lot better now. So this one, we are beginning getting some water, and this seaweed covered rocks, we're gonna be getting some seaweed. So this is the one we can eat, the raw seaweed. And we're also getting some spores, which we can use later for actually making a seaweed farm, which is pretty cool. And let's have at least one person. So Sam Flot here, he is gonna be prioritizing over the landmarks. I kind of like to at least have one person on that one, because then I know that at least for sure there's gonna be one person doing those things. Because if you don't have that, sometimes you can get in weird situation where pretty much nothing happens because they're busy with other tasks, but those tasks might not be as important as other. But yeah, look at that, we're getting some water, that's good to see. Let's increase this one to 3, so we can be free there later. But we do have a sushi trade gut, is busy with that. Let's see where we got our people. Hello! Hello, Jane Gowdy. So it seems we have 2 girls and 1 guy, so feel free to name guys. Give me name suggestions. And if you did in previous episode, and if you did in previous series with this game, just give it again and I will gladly add it back again, of course. Okay, it looks like we might want to do some more fuel again. So we're going to be using 20 plastic to make 4 more in fuel. Should probably head over there maybe later and gather some. But we still need to gather some metal. That's like something we really need. It would be kind of cool if it was in the future in this game, if it would be possible to like upgrade your drifters, so they could, for example, be getting some swimming fins, so they can use those for swimming. I don't know if that's the correct word, but those that you put on your feet that makes you swim faster. Okay, looks like we got everything. That was pretty quick, I must say. Proud of you guys. So Shacktown, I do think that one might have metal. Let's head over there, and we're definitely gonna go back for the seaweed covered rocks most likely after. So if we go here, we're gonna be just outside of the plastic, but I'm gonna be getting some of that later. Some more seaweed. Oh wow, there's a lot of seaweed on this one. But Shacktown, I'm hoping maybe for some metal. And research points maybe? Oh wow, look at that. So we got 45 in drywood, got 9 books, and this is what we use in the new research system for studying different blueprints, so we can learn new buildings. Oh, 10 metal scrap. This one was pretty good. Pretty awesome. We're gonna send over a maximum of 3 people. So this should allow us to get a boat going. That should be nice. But we may have to do, just like we do now, a lot of temporary things, but it's gonna be improved over time. But I'm gonna be having, for now, maybe... I'm gonna have a mooring point sitting here. Should I have it along this one? I'm gonna have it here for now. So a lot of these things is gonna be improved later. And we're gonna get our circular thing, and just like I said before, I know it's gonna be taking up a lot of space, but I think it's gonna be pretty useful as well. And there are some ways that we can make useful space of the space in between, like we could, when we curve this later, we may do like perhaps a walkway in between, so we can have some more buildings sitting there. But I kind of like the idea of making it like a different looking base than we had so far. Okay, let's see, do we need anything more? No, we only need metal, nice. So I wonder if we should try maybe to do another one. It's good to have like 2 boats, it's going to speed up everything a lot. So let's make some new ropes. And we're also going to be making... Let's make 4 rope actually. And then we can make some firewood. Later on I'm going to maintain that. Oh, nice, now I've got 5 books. So what do we need here? We need... Oh, okay, we're going to need 4 ropes, okay. So I'm going to make even more ropes. Gonna fill it up like that. And while you're busy with that, I'm going to customize the producer output. This is where you will be setting the maximum amount of limit of how many things you want to have. So if we put the maintain firewood, which means that we will always try to have the set amount that I would put in here in our storage. So if I put it to 30, they will never be making more than 30 firewood. No matter if I auto-queue it or if I queue it myself. And you can do the same with everything pretty much. And the ropes, I'm gonna have that at 8. Probably never gonna need more than that. The water, I'm gonna put it at 50. And then dry wood, I'm gonna go at 100 for now. Fuel, we can go at 10. And that should be pretty good. So for example, if I would put this one, we have 34 in dry wood. See, if I would put that to like 20 or 30, since we have 34, it would be stopped to put up new wood to be dried here. So I kind of like to have a pretty high amount for automatic passively produced things like these, where they just dried wood. But there's still a lot of work with it, because they still have to carry the things there. So it still is quite a bit of work for them, because I still have to run around between things. Okay, so we're gonna get our first salvage boat here. The Boaty Dory, is that the name of the boat? The Boaty Dory. And that's pretty cool, I can actually name the boats as well, so that's pretty cool. Almost done with this one, and we also got some canned food, that's always welcome. So we don't have to produce any food or any water for the moment, which saves a lot of time, especially when you have such a small colony. So we can focus on other things. Okay, I'm gonna do another salvage boat, but we are gonna be needing a fishing boat, and that's one thing that I actually like a lot with the new seagulls. Because with the new seagull update, it also means that you need to feed your seagulls to make them stay around to gather more things for you. And I really like that, because that means that having a fishing boat is a lot more worth. And also the fishes, when you find them in the water, jumping around like how we have out there, they generally have 15 fishes instead of 10, which I really like, because it always felt kind of weird to me when you went out to fish and you caught everything instantly on one try and then they were done with it. So 15 was a lot better, then they can at least go out 2 times to it. Okay, nice. I think it's time to move on then. Let's just see, can we do this one? No. We need more metal, okay. Let's see. Should we go back to the lone island, maybe? Let's do maybe a quick stop here by the seaweed grower, and then we can head over to the lone island and get this person to join us. And we also have the water tower there, so we're probably not gonna having to need much about producing food or water in quite a while. We just need 2 more metal for making a fishing boat and 2 more for making a research station. Okay. I'm gonna put some boats also to go maybe gather a little bit of plastic. That should be pretty good. And let's see also, we can make a walkway with a little bit of wood. So let's maybe extend this first with a little bit of plastic. So we get outside of the distiller, and then we're gonna use some walkway with wood here. So maybe even here, we'll do something like that. And then we just make small walkways every time like this. So we're probably gonna lose a little bit of resources for doing this, because as you can see, when you drag out, it's 4 wood, no matter until I go to there. So. So do we do like that, and then we can let's destroy that one. Okay, there we go. So that's gonna be our little roundish thing. It doesn't need to be perfect. I kinda like to have it at not perfect. Because having it perfect in a situation like this in real life, that would be quite unrealistic to me. And I like it to be pretty realistic. I feel like it feels a little bit more of a home when it's a tiny bit more chaotic than looking perfect every time. But now we're getting really low on wood, so I'm just gonna wait for my guy in the ocean, Sammy Flop, to get back here. Then we are gonna move to a new place. Okay, let's see, where do we want to go? I guess it was the lone island, right? Okay. So let's head over there. Oh wow, we're really low on fuel. So we first have to actually make some fuel before we leave. This actually worked pretty good when you have boats this close to your town heart in the beginning, because they can just drop the resources right next to where they dock, which saves a lot of time, so they don't have to run like this. It's not too far from here either, but sometimes it can be quite a distance. So I feel like thinking out where you want to have your stockpiles is pretty awesome, because you can save a lot of time, and it feels like that's very valuable in a game like this, to save time. So now we have a little bit more fuel. We might be able to go to the lonely island, finally. Let's get going. We're gonna maybe get some wet wood there. We might do that. But I also kind of want to go to the seagull. I want to get some seagulls. It would be awesome. But I think we still need to get a little bit of metal for that, right? Because we will need to research that thing, which means we also have to get the research station, which I would really love to get. But now, Reef, we are going to be saving you. I hope you can enjoy the stay in our town. So that means we're going to be having 3 girls and 1 dude. So that's going to be our colony for now, at least. Here we go, running back home. Awesome. And saying hello to the big sea creature swimming around. Okay, so... Oh yeah, look at that. We have some fishes there. We never made a boat though. Can't afford that. If we could, I would have been getting some fish there. That would be awesome, right? So there we go. Got a new person. I wonder... Okay, let's go... Let's try to go over there. I kind of want to go to the fishing village, but I also want to go to the abandoned motorboats. That one has a lot of metal, so that should be pretty perfect for us. But first a quick stop to gather a little bit of plastic. So I don't know if you really benefit from using boats here or not. It might actually be faster to just swim there, I guess. think it might be faster because they have to like run back and forth there, so I'm just gonna go with swimming instead. I think that's gonna be actually better. And then we're gonna queue up a little bit more fuel. And if we want to, we can actually have them maintain that one, so that will ensure we will always have some fuel stored up. So we'll never run out of fuel, as long as we don't run out of plastic at least. It looks like we're starting to run a little bit low on water, so I'm gonna put up to make some water in this one. I was gonna be making a little bit new firewood, but we're very, very low on dry wood. Barely have any dry wood anymore. But we got a pretty decent amount of plastic now, so I think we should be good with that. So let's head over here, in between the fishing village and abandoned motorboats. Okay, so here we got the fishing village. This one has fish, awesome. It's gonna be very useful. Also have some books and also wood and metals. That one's gonna be perfect. Let's go to that one. And then after that one we also did have the abandoned motorboats, which have 54 metal scrap. Huge amount, and 6 screws as well. So I guess those 6 screws was holding together all these boats. But this one is a really awesome one. If you want to get some metal, it's pretty awesome. And I really love the look for it. Like the dock here, then they run up here and over this little tree trunk over there. And then they start looting the metal from the boats. Which I think is really, really awesome. I think they even run maybe over that boat and then over that thing. It's really, really cool. I really dig what they did with collecting and salvaging from the places. And this one looks pretty cool as well when it's like sitting together here with the wood flotsam in the water. That cements together pretty good. I just noticed a fun thing. Do you see this girl here? It looks like she got like a wine bottle. That's how she styled her hair, it looks like. She's hiding some nice fine wine in the hair, it looks like. What are you hiding from us? Yeah, I can see it. You've been spotted. There's so many interesting things in this game that you're like hiding everywhere. Pretty awesome, right? Like all the buildings and even your people, that's so cool. Okay, nice. Now we got the metal and everything we need to make our research station. And let's see, where will I be having this one? I might go there with it, or maybe even here. Let's go there, that should be good. So this is the place where we will be spending our books to get some new knowledge, and we learn some new blueprints, and also maybe they will teach us how to make this floating bookshelf. That would be pretty awesome, pretty magical. Maybe our people will become a wizard. And we do have 12 books now, so I do think we're gonna be able to research them seagulls. So we can get a seagull nest to get some girlfriends living here. The bookshelf is getting bigger. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, this isn't the finished look for it, but it will be so in the future. But this is where we will be researching things. So I can click this to get in the research table, or I could still click this one. And inside of here we have the research panels. We got different categories. And the one I want to go for now is the birdhouse, because that's going to save us a lot of time. A place where birds can rest up before collecting all these resources nearby, and this one can hold up to 5 birds. Research time is 1 minute and 40 seconds. So when you research, it goes pretty quick, but as you can see in this episode, if this would have been the old Flotsam where you gather like research point and pretty much every landmark you went to, it went so much quicker, and I personally really like this slower approach to researching things. Because it makes it more rewarding whenever you like get a new research that you really work to try to get it, because only certain landmarks will be having the research point, and sometimes they only have like a small amount, maybe even just 3 books on there. Okay, let's see, there we go. Research the seagulls, very nice. And we only have 2 books, that means we can't research anymore. But this one we're going to be building later. We do need to make 1 rope, it looks like. So I'm going to make 4 of them for now. We are pretty low on wet wood. We're getting a little bit of metal. Okay, they almost got all of it. That's pretty good. Because I feel like it's time to go to a new place. But guys, this is going to be it for today's episode. Going to be the first one of this new Flotsam series. So I hope you enjoyed, even though we're restarting a few times. But I feel like when they update quite a big thing that changes the game a lot, it feels like it's a worth thing to do, right? Because we wouldn't have been able to experience the real research system because we had all the researchers, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did enjoy it, feel free to leave a like on the video, subscribe to me here on YouTube, and click the bell if you want to get notified when I upload videos. So thanks for today, and I hope you all gonna have a great rest of the week, and I will see you guys very soon again. So thanks for watching, and see you soon.